Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are here at Loreville for another new player guide. Today we're going to go over purchasing and upgrading or outfitting new ships. So I'm here at Loreville at the Tisa Spaceport. This is the New Deal ship showroom. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go in there and purchase one of the starter ships. I have the Mustang Delta already, which I picked up earlier in the cycle, so we're going to go ahead and get the Aurora MR, which is one of the other starter ships that people often start with. If you do find this video helpful or entertaining, please do hit that like and subscribe button, as that helps my channel to grow. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is the Aurora LX. That's the luxury version of the Aurora. I'm not going to purchase that one, as it's not the one that that people start with. It's not one of the starter packages. So to purchase a new ship, we're going to go over here to the New Deal trade terminal here, or purchasing terminal, and we're going to go down to, for this time, RSI, and we're going to go for the RSI Aurora MR. So this is a combat light fighter. The MR is the one that that people start with if you're going the Aurora route. For me, it's going to cost me just short of 185,000 Alpha UEC. I've got over $1 million, so it's not going to hurt my budget at all. We're going to go ahead and get that one, and that one says it's going to be available at the ASOP terminal shortly. So, got that. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. And then I'm going to go ahead and we'll go over to the ASOP terminal. Now, of course, there are plenty of other ships that you can purchase here at New Deal. Not necessarily all of them, but a large selection of them are available here, including the Origin 85X, which is a good little runabout ship. The Prospector, which is essentially a money printer. Once you've gotten the 2.2 million to purchase one of them. And also the M50 Interceptors and various other different ships. The large ships out there can be toured, including the Aegis Hammerhead, the Constellation Phoenix, and the Mustang Delta, which is the one that I picked up earlier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go back over to the ASOP terminals, and we're going to find out where this was delivered to. Now, generally, these ships get delivered to where you have your home planet. Although this one has been stored here at Loreville, so we can go ahead and start doing the upgrades. Now, we don't want to retrieve this because we can only do upgrades while they're in storage, so we're going to leave that one in the hangar for right now. We're going to open up our Mobiglass with the F1 key, and down here is the Vehicle Loadout Manager, or VLM. We can open that up, select the ship that we wish to customize, in this case the RSI Aurora MR, and that's going to see our ship here in the little holo viewer. Now, if we wish to upgrade this, we can go into Systems, and we can select each of the different systems that we can upgrade, and then put in any of the various different components that we have here. Now, these components I've run around and gathered previously off video, but I'm going to go ahead and show you now how I found the locations for each of these, because not all of them are sold at every location. And so it takes a little bit of running around to actually get each of those different pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Chrome browser, and I'm going to go to urkel.games. So this is urkel.games, and as you can see, I've got the DPS calculator open. This is the default window that it opens to, and I've come over here and selected my ship or vehicle. And all of the ships that you can fly in-game are available to be customized. I've gone over to RSI, and selected the Aurora MR. Now this is the default loadout, which is a great way of seeing how your ships come without having to purchase one, and the different stats that each of the different components have. The Verapucks are the gimbal mounts. I've left those alone, and I've actually run around and gotten 2 more of those so that I could fit the other weapons to this ship with the gimbal mounts. I've also gone ahead and set these up with the attritions, as I want to have all the same weapons on all 4 of my weapon mounts. So this is a quick way of testing out various different weapons and items. For shields, I've gone ahead and gotten the Paladin, or Palisade, sorry. There we go. PAL. The filter here is a very quick way to find each of these different things in the verse and assign them to the ship. Then we can go ahead, and I'm getting the JS300 power supply or power plant. And then for the coolers, I'm going with the Ultraflow, which are industrial and are capable of pulling out 440,000 cooling per second. I've not messed with the quantum drive. I would recommend getting the Atlas if you wish to use this as your runabout ship and travel all over the verse without having to fuel up, as it can hit every single planet from any other planet in the verse and each of their various different outposts and space stations. Now the Atlas is only available in one location, the Platinum Bay in Hurston L5, and it's available for 17,900, which is one of the reasons that I didn't run about and get it. L5 was the only destination and a little bit out of my way, so I didn't run over and get that. I'm fine with the default EOS cooler or EOS quantum drive on here for right now. Now, once you've gotten all of your different components fit onto your ship here, you can go ahead and hit non-stock items to cart. And that will add each of those items to your cart and show you where you need to get them. I'm going to go ahead and empty this again just so that we start with a clear cart. And there we are. There are the different items that I need to purchase, and the various different places that we can get them, how much it's going to cost for each of the different items that I'm going to purchase, and the number that I'm going to need. Now I can change these destinations. For instance, I got most of these at the Crew L4, the Palisades, so I got 2 of those. Actually, no, sorry, I take that back. That was Bikini Point that I got those. So I got 2 of those at the Bikini Point Platinum Bay. The Ultraflows were also at Crew L4. The JS300, I went to her L2. The Verapucks, there's lots of places to get those. Unfortunately, they're mostly at either the space stations or on planets. So I went to the Dumpers Depot at Port Olisar and got those. And then the attrition ones I've not yet gotten. Those are here at Lorville at the HD Showcase, and that's the only place that you can purchase them. So this does not allow you to purchase each of these, but you can download and save your shopping list if you wish to, or you can just leave this and save it to your hangar once you've logged into your account up here in the top right hand corner. We're going to go ahead and jump back to Star Citizen, and we'll see about going and purchasing those weapons. Now we are at Tisa Spaceport, which is where you'll be able to land and take off from at the Lorville landing zone on the planet of Hurston. But to get to any of the different shops, you have to go either to the Metro Center or to the Central Business District. We're going to take the Central Business District line, which is where the HD showcases are located. I've got about 20 seconds here before the tram shows up, so I'll use that time to go ahead and plug my previous video, New Player Guide to the Lorville Landing Zone, in which I go over waking up and exploring the Lorville landing zone, all of the different ships, or sorry, shops that you can go to, the different places that you can visit, and how to get around, both from your waking up zone in the Habs, all the way through to the Central Business District, over to the other landing zone, which escapes me now, or the other station point, and then back to the teaser spaceport where you can take off. I've got one of those videos for each of the 4 landing zones: Hurston Lorville, Area 18 on ArcCorp, New Babbage on Microtech, and Orison on Crusader. So if you're a brand new player, feel free to check those out. That'll walk you through all the different places that you can visit on each of the different landing zones. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and we'll pick up as soon as we've reached the Central Business District. Okay, so we are arriving at the Central Business District. Where you have various statues of one of the founding members of the planet Hurston and the Hurston Dynamics Mega Corporation. Now once you've gotten in here to the Central Business District and you want to get to the ship weapons, we're going to head to the right. The trading section is over there in transfers. We're going to go ahead and go into the HD showcase and get the weapons that we need. The attrition ones are relatively cheap, so I'm not worried about spending too much on those. Although there are some very massive weapons that you can purchase here as well. They can run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, or well, Alpha UEC. For right now, I'm going to go over here and purchase these right here. Now I want the attrition 1 repeaters, so I'm going to go ahead and hit buy, increase count to 4, and hit buy for 15,200 Alpha UEC. At this point, we'll just back away from the terminal, and we can go ahead and outfit our ship. I'll pull up my mobi-glass once again and open up the Vehicle Loadout Manager, where we can select our ship and begin editing. I don't have any of the paints with me at this point, although I believe I do have one of those back at Area 18. So we're going to go ahead and go into Systems. Now because I have the ultra flows stored here, I can go ahead and select those, putting one into each of these slots, the power plant, and each of the shield generators. I'm going to go ahead and save changes and equip, just to make sure that each of those are properly affixed to my ship, and as you can see, the little warning triangle has disappeared, letting me know that they have been properly assigned. Then I'm going to go to Vehicle Weapons, and as you can see, there are several of these that show empty. This is because the stock Aurora comes with only 2 of the 4 weapons fitted, so it's always a good idea if you're a brand new player to purchase some of those and outfit your ship. The weapon left here, you can see, has already got one of the Veripuck gimbal mounts on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swap out that Bulldog repeater with an Attrition 1 repeater. There's not really a whole lot of difference, but I'm just setting them up so that they are all the same. The right one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swap out the Bulldog repeater with the Attrition 1. Left wing gimbal mount, Attrition 1, right wing, Veripuck, and right wing, Attrition 1 repeater. And as you can see, each of these then have right wing gimbal mount, left gimbal mount, right gimbal mount, left wing gimbal mount, and then have the Attrition 1 repeaters assigned to each of them. I'm going to go ahead and save changes and equip here, and then we're going to go ahead and get back on the tram and head back to our newly fitted Aurora MR. We'll pick up as soon as we get back there. Okay, so here we are, back at the ASOP terminals, or the main landing hangar. We're going to go ahead and call our ship. Several of these are because of the free fly event that's currently ongoing, and are not really mine, but I've acquired a sizable number, I think 7 of them now. Our ship's going to be at Hangar 2, so we're going to go ahead and head over to the elevators. And there is our newly outfitted ship. So as you can see, we now have the attritions left and right, and then the attrition left and right wings. I'm going to go ahead and get in. As you can see, there's a little bed here, a tiny little bit of storage space, and the pilot seat, which we'll go ahead and get into. Whew. Bit of a tight squeeze there. We can go ahead and power on all of our weapons by hitting the R key. And as you'll see, I now have 4 attrition 1s in the upper right corner there, each of them with 41 shots due to the new power supply unit. I'm going to go ahead and call for takeoff. I've got this key bound to a double tap of the N key. This is something that they've recently put into the game in 3.17, which is quite welcome, as previously you had to get into the mobi-class and call for landing manually. I'm going to go ahead and lift off. You'll be able to do this by holding the space bar, nose up, and zoom up into the sky. I'm going to pull up my quantum drive by hitting the B key, and as soon as we've gotten out of atmosphere, we'll be able to go ahead and quantum travel out into space. As you can see, all the little markers are red around me. That's simply because I'm still in atmosphere, and as soon as we've gotten out of atmosphere, those will turn blue. Just like that. We'll go ahead and have a little spin round now, and find the Everest Harbor landing zone. There we are. Align with it, and hold B to begin quantum travel. Ooh, wow, that was a fast jump, which unfortunately has frozen my computer. There we go.
Landing gear raised.
So, that's the basics of getting your ship outfitted. We do have a fully upgraded now Aurora MR, which we can go about the verse and do any of the various different combat and package delivery missions. There's a little bit of storage space on these, though you can't see it. They do have 3 SCUs of cargo space on them, so they can haul just a tiny little bit. And though you won't get rich on doing cargo running in one, it is possible. I'm going to go ahead and call for landing again here at Everest Harbor, which we can do as soon as we see the "Please contact ATC to land" in the red text up above. And as soon as we've had a landing pad assigned to us, we'll have the little blue arrow pop up, like so, at which point we can head forward gently and easily. I'm using the keyboard here to control my descent, as my joysticks are very fiddly. I'm going to have to get some dead zone curves in there to set them up properly. And there we are. Whoop. I'm going to go ahead and kill the engines. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
There we go. And then we go ahead and land. And kill the engines. And there we are. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you all in the next one. Ta-ta.